you're just joining the horse shit. You're just joining the horse shit, dog. There's no need to join the horse shit. Because even if you believe you're better, you're not, because we both breathe air. If I have to breathe this air just like you, then there has to be no way you can be better, dog. If we're both breathing air, one of us might be able to breathe a few more breaths than the other, but we both have to take another breath. And who is in control of that? Who is in charge of that? It's the Lord. Now, these two, I don't believe that they ought to win. I think they ought to win a chance on the ballot or whatever, but I don't know if those are the correct people to have in high-ranking positions. Not simply because they're black, not simply because of what they have done, but their ethics in order to win. They're clawing tooth and nail to win, but I don't know if they're going to actually help people based on what they've done to get where they're at now. If you've ever stepped on somebody's head to get a job, then you had better be the best at that job there ever was. And no one can ever top you, and you will be supreme at that job forever. Because if you're not, you did such a disservice to your fellow man, to yourself, and you have disgraced effectively your family. You have said, from this family, they're going to snake you out, dog. They're going to hurt you. They're going to do something, whatever they need to do to win and get ahead. They're going to do you like that in this family. So you need to watch yourself concerning this family. They're going to hurt you to win. And that's what I see of these two opponents. They're using racism as a tool to leverage votes, and that's wrong. You know, people hung from trees and died so you could get a chance to do this, and you're using it as just so you can get a vote on a ballot, dot on a piece of paper. That ain't gonna bring back the lives that got killed. The Emmett Till ain't gonna rise out of the water because of the dot that's on the paper now in 2018. So how could you use such horrible events to your political advantage? But then I have to look at my own career. I say, well, you know, you're supposed to be a comic. I don't know who you're supposed to be entertaining, but you don't use your political career as the reward for exploiting slavery and exploiting the evils that happened before, and especially not using who God has appointed to do his work on the earth, not using this person for something as lowly as winning a political award. Now, if you do get the job, I can almost guarantee you, based on what you've done to get the job, that you're going to have a period of reckoning where you're going to seem like you really care about folks. But then after about a year, you're going to go off into some whole other shit. And there's going to be a scandal on TV regarding you because you're going to do something that you have no business doing, and you're going to get caught. And the reason why is because that's what you did to get the job. You did things that were wrong immorally to get the job. So on the job, you're going to be immoral. That's the bottom line. That's for the dude. For the woman, I see that she's using the struggles of black people and using all these different racial overtones that we have to overcome now, and she's using that as a political advantage. The problem is, it's just a political advantage. There's no advantage to racial overtones outside of the job, outside of politics. If you act like that in the streets, it's not going to help you in the streets, right? The people are going to just go even further, even harder. I live around Mexicans, and I already know how they're going to get down. If you offend one of them, man, they're going to go all out. Matter of fact, I was on the train. I got to say this one. And it was a dude on the train. He had a big ass bike. It was a big old, one of them big tire bikes. And he was on the train with his bike, holding his bike. Now, the train was empty behind me. I sat in the middle of the car, so I didn't know that behind me was empty. but the dude with the big bike did. So another dude, a Mexican guy, comes in there with a bike, and he wants to stand right next to this big black dude with a big black bike. So he wants to stand right next to this dude with his bike. And the black dude was like, "No, man, you got to get away from me, dog. You know, you're too close to me, and you don't need to be." You see what I'm saying? That was the whole issue: is you don't need to stand right here. You want to stand right here, and the other car is empty. You could go in that place, and you could ride the bike in the car, but you want to stand next to me for I don't know what. You see what I'm saying? You want to box me in or something. Let's say something breaks off in the train. Now I'm boxed in because you come here with this bike. You see what I'm saying? And I got my bike, so I can't move. I can't move, and it's not a good reason. So the black dude was like, "No, you gotta have to go somewhere else. You can't stand on me like that. You can't get me like that." And that was wrong. That was wrong for the Mexican dude to stand there like that, knowing that the other car was empty. You knew you had another place to stand. You could have had the whole place to yourself. But instead of you standing over there by yourself, having your own, you wanted to stand there and try to intimidate the black dude. It was like a message was trying to be sent to the big black guy that, hey, just because you're big and black, you're not gonna scare nobody, and you know we're on you. You know what I'm saying? It was all of this message that you were trying to present just because a guy was standing there. You see what I'm saying? And that's wrong. And it's the same difference to this lady, is that you can't. I'm not saying all Mexicans are wrong all the time, guys, but the lady can't be doing that on the stage. She can't do that on the stage because she's not trying to help everyone else. She's trying to help herself. It's not even about helping the black people, dog. It's about you wanting to help yourself. You're using all of this because you're so close and you just want to win and you don't care. You just say, man, I just want to win. I'll say whatever. I'll do whatever so I can win. And that's not winning at all. That's a loser's mentality. The winner says, you know what? I know what I stand for. And that's the bottom line. You don't want to vote for the right thing? You know, hey, that's on you. I know we went through a lot to get here, but I dang sure ain't finna be dishonorable to win nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I'm not finna be dishonorable to get no job. You know why? Because I've had jobs and dishonorable people got me fired, dude. I'll never forget this one. And I'm not bashing Mexicans, just happen to be a Mexican guy. It was these two Bobo-looking Mexican dudes, and they didn't like me. Now, mind you, I was a clown at work. You know, I was doing donuts in the forklift, and I was moving pallets hard, and I think I put like a little hole or something, a dent in the truck. I really did all these things. But over and all, I was a good worker. Now, based on what I just said, if I got caught, that would have been enough to get me fired. But I don't think I got caught. Or maybe I did. Maybe it was these two guys who ratted on me, dog. But I'll never forget, it was the Friday before a weekend where the Monday we were going to have off and we were going to get paid. And it was like, the dudes were talking about, oh, we're going to have time and a half, so we're going to get paid. And, you know, this, and I was saying to myself, I was like, man, the job is tight. I think I even said that out loud. Man, the job is tight. And one of them looked at me like, you're not going to be here. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, why would you say that? Like, you know, analyzing the look, like, why would you say that? Or like, all right, whatever. You know, it's just, you got to deal with some people don't like you at the job. A few moments later, why did the supervisor come and get me and tell me that I was fired? He asked me, he said, how do you feel about your performance here? I said, well, I think I could do better, but I'm not a bad employee. I do get my work done. He's like, well, you know, we're here to work. We don't talk here. You know, you're doing a lot of talking and you know, or I don't know if he said there were complaints or whatever. But the bottom line is he was saying that you're going to thank me later, but I'm going to have to let you go. I'm going to have to terminate you. And I said, what in the world did I do to get terminated? You see what I'm saying? It didn't make sense to me that I got terminated, dog, on the job that I was doing good at, I was working at, but I got terminated. Now, maybe my performance wasn't as good as I would like to believe. And maybe that's the case. But it was just ironic after these two guys, after I found that they didn't like me, a few days later, I got fired. You see what I'm saying? So it happens, dog. People will use whatever advantage they have to get you out of there. Another time this happened, I was working and these are all my fault, by the way. I'm not saying that these failures were not my fault, but they were colored, they were accented by the fact that people also didn't like me there. So I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning to get to the job by 6. So I was late twice in the same week, but before I got fired, the day before, somebody took me to lunch. They're like, check this out. And it was like saying, you know what? This is a red area, dog. It's like a red job, and you're blue. And, I don't know if that's going to work out for you here, dog. Um, hey, I'm just telling you like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay. And next thing I know, I woke up and it was like 8 something. And that was the latest I ever woke up, dude, for that job. And I was like, oh no. And I called the boss and I was like, is there any way I could come in? He was like, no, nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I was like, oh no. But like I said, when people don't like you at the job, people don't like you at work, you know what I mean? They'll do you like that, dog. When they don't like you, they'll do you like that. They will find a way to get you out of there. Because there was another dude, and I guess he wanted my shift or whatever, but I had the shift. So they're like, well, we just got to get this dude out so you can get the right shift. And I didn't know that. But this is what I'm saying, dog. So don't be dishonorable to win. That's not what life is about. That isn't what the Lord will reward you for. He won't say, good job, you got the guy kicked out. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to reward you for that. You're not going to get no extra glitter, no food, no mansion off of that. You're only going to get reprimand for making anyone else's life harder than life already is. So, like I said last night, obey the law or be obliterated. That's where we're at in history right now. God is not playing. 11 Jews were killed in cold blood, just blasted for nothing, dog, just for worshiping in the synagogue. And you got to go out of your way to where these people were at. These people were in an enclave in the middle of a forest somewhere in Pittsburgh, dog. And that was the story there. And after that happened, they basically said, we are hunting people. And the Lord has heard that, and he's very upset. So my reminder to you is to do everyone right. I won't call it solemn because you know better already. You already know it's not supposed to go down like this. We aren't supposed to hurt one another. We're not supposed to cause trouble for one another. We're not supposed to even want other people to go through things in trouble. You see, that's what I'm saying, is that I don't know where this climate of anxiety and fear and hate, you know what I'm saying? But you can't hide the hate, dog. You're going to get caught hating one day. And it's going to be at the wrong time. It's going to be at a time that you never thought it was going to come at. But you're going to get caught hating, dog. And that's going to be the end for you. You're going to have to rebuild from there because you were caught hating. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to do, dog. It's so easy to hate on the job. It's so easy to hate at work, dog. People you don't like, you conspire against. And there's no way in the world that I would want to do that, to come to work every day and have to worry about who doesn't like me at work. And you don't care about people not liking you, but the main thing is that they're going to try to make your life harder. Let's say you get a place, you get a nice car, you get, you're starting to take care of kids and families and shit, and you're busy, you're taking care of business, dog, and you come to work and niggas are just trying to gang up on you to get you fired, to get something to happen to where you lose your job. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that for real? Somebody's trying to get you to lose your job. And, you know what I'm saying? They want you to lose your job and lose all of your life. So you're going to have to basically be a slave. You have to basically just endure all the shit people put up with or come at you with just so you could do your job. And on top of that, you got to do your job. So your job is going to be needlessly harder. You're not going to get paid more for it. You know what I'm saying? And then every week is going to get stronger because they're going to say, well, it's not phasing them. It's not phasing them. So we got to go harder. We got to do more. And then if they get caught hating and they lose their job, they're really going to try to get you fired. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just a black hole for you to go through. It's just not, it would be good if you didn't have the jokes. If you weren't a comedian, a comic, and you didn't believe it was going to make it. Now, it's just, I believe you'll make it. I don't know how you'll make it. I'm not banking on you making it. But I just believe you'll make it, dude. I believe because the people stand behind you, son. And most importantly, the Lord is watching you. That's why the people have helped you. The reason you help the man is because the Lord told you to do that. It was an instinct that you got. Just do that. And you were like, but I just do it. You just do it. Don't worry about anything else. Look at, you got here. And there are other shoes there to wear. You put those shoes on and you wear those shoes. Don't worry about what you lost. That was the lesson of that. Don't worry about what you lost or what you gave up. Don't worry about what you gave up. Okay? Don't worry about what you gave up. You see how you went to go help this person and they weren't even available? That's how it'll be if you go over there. You did the exact same thing. You went over there and they didn't have nothing for you. You went over there to help your church member and she wasn't even available. There was nothing there for you. So you see, doing that is going out of the way. It's wrong. You stick with what you got. Now, I sincerely hope that you actually have a little job still available to you. It's not a lot of money, but I hope I still have the little job. Or are the people trying to take that away? You see what I'm saying? Because all them people that conspire against me, even where I used to work at, I'm sorry that those things happened. I'm sorry you lost your $100, my friend. But that's not enough reason for you to try to sabotage someone's entire career. You don't want to go down in history as that guy who is that petty. Because when it comes down to it, your final day, they're going to remember that, and you might not go where you could have went. You could have went up high, but I don't know if you're going to make it now. If you're trying to get me to lose. Anyone who's trying to seriously get me to lose, they've already lost. Because remember who's watching all of us. The Lord is watching you. You said, okay, that's what you want to do. That's fine. It's up to you. It's up to you. Didn't nobody say you were supposed to do that? Didn't nobody say it was your job to stop him? I'll stop him when I get ready. If he's doing too much or if it's time for him to quit, he will. But you don't have to say nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? So these are just rants of mine. This is just to get certain aspects of my reality out of the way. I don't want anyone to feel they can stop me from my progress. I don't want anyone to feel I'm trying to stop them. But all of us are on this earth beating out all the sperm to get here for a purpose. You're not just here.